Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of Technical Wednesday. This week we'll be talking about the SPX, USDCAD and Bitcoin. Now, before I dive in, I want to welcome you all and let's do a quick turn back to the last Technical Wednesday. Last Technical Wednesday, we reviewed three different assets: Bitcoin, Ethereum and AUD/USD. Now, about Bitcoin, we did short this high. This was the setup I posted on the last Technical Wednesday, and I said, quote unquote, if you have bearish divergences over there, short it. Said it publicly. Next, and I also did take this straight in the Discord, so if you're not in the Discord, you're not printing money with me, maybe you should join. Next thing, AUD/USD. I posted this long setup from these lows, e.g. taking out that Asia low, together with the Valdari low and the golden pocket of there, bang, 3.5 area booked because we did sweep these highs. And also Bitcoin, this is about 4.5 risk reward trade and it is completed right now. We have reached this weekly level. Now, in this Technical Wednesday, the assets which we are gonna review, I believe they're the next best trading opportunities. So stay until the end so you can find out my personal thought process, how I am reviewing the market, and basically how we can make money together, because in the end of the day we came into trading to make money. That's why we're here. We all want to make money. Now let's begin with Bitcoin. About Bitcoin, let me just turn on everything. About Bitcoin, because we had a short from here, pretty much right now, me personally, I have closed around 80% of the position. I have let the rest run just in case something happens and we just get a huge move down. Now, if we take a look at the context, what I would like to mention, if we lose this low, if we actually lose this low, we can move down to 26,800-ish very quickly. I mean, price can do something like this easily, okay? I'm not saying it will, I'm saying it can do it easily. If we lose this low, and me personally, if I want to go for a long setup, I want to wait for a reclaim. And the reclaim is gonna be the Valdari low of this range, okay? So if you take a look, if I'm gonna be looking for a long setup, if we lose this low, okay, if price does something like this, I wanna see us coming back to this level. However, that's not the best trading setup because you're gonna have a very wide stop loss. Now, if we take a look at the context again, up here, let's just take a look at this upper range. So the upper range, the Valdari low, has been tested multiple times together with the point of control, e.g. you get a breakdown, test of the Valdari low, move back down, another move up just to take out this high and test the point of control. Also, just a quick tip about the point of controls on specific ranges. Guys, be aware that this is a high volume node. The point of control signifies the point of control, the place where we had the most transacted volume. However, on bigger ranges such as this one, because this is a range of around $3,000-4,000, you cannot look at the exact level. You have to look at it as a node. What I mean by node, you see that's the node. So when you look at point of controls on ranges, be aware that it's a region. So yes, I do classify this as a test of the previous range point of control. I do classify it as this. I'm gonna delete this and we're gonna focus on the lower range. The low range has been giving us very nice trades, okay? At the moment, the Valdari low is still untapped, okay? So, let's just take a quick look into the order flow. If we take a look at the order flow, and in general exo charts, this point of control is still untapped, okay? So generally you have this low from yesterday, and you have this next point of control still untapped. Now, if we take a look also at the naked session point of controls, if we take a look at this chart, what you can notice is that we do have a naked session point of control down here, which is untapped, and we have one above, which is untapped. You can see the exact levels. This is to the dollar. Now, if we move on, and if we take a look at the weekly TPO, okay, and the weekly TPO, what I would like to mention is that usually every single buying tail or selling tail is being bought or sold with more aggressiveness. What I mean by more aggressiveness, you need more blocks. So as you can see, the selling tail here, 39 blocks, 36. This one got 12 and it got swept. Okay, Same thing here, this got 20, it got swept. This has 27, it didn't. This has 21, it hasn't yet. Maybe it will in the future, who knows. But the current one has just 8 blocks, so this is not an aggressive buying. And the selling tail is pretty much useless as well because it has only 8 blocks. Okay, and also you can classify this as a Monday high. Coming back into trading view, in general, the best trades, in my opinion, would be if you actually take out this low, come into the next session point of control, maybe go a little bit below it. But then you have to reclaim this weekly level. Come in for a back test and have this move up, okay? Let's just come back into XU charts. If you take a look, you have this next point of control up here at 29,770. So generally speaking, you have some people that want to go out on break even here and some people that want to go out on break even, and you also have a daily level up here. And in general, if you take a look at the Fib, okay, so if you come back into this next session point of control, yes, this will be a very nice area of confluence. So generally speaking, look for a swing failure pattern below the previous day low. I know a lot of people at the moment are longing as well. I'm gonna show you in the order flow how this looks right now and explain to everything. Generally, yes, this trading setup can even run up to here to the monthly level and these equal highs. Generally, this is the trading setup which you should be looking for. I believe your most optimized stop loss should be like this. You should pretty much, this Monday low should be defended in my opinion. Even if you come back below it, if you want to look for a long setup, you should wait for reclaim of value area low. And I believe this is the best trading setup at the moment on Bitcoin. Let's just come into the order flow. And also what I want to mention as well is that the current daily low is with 1 block and it's pretty much useless, and this upper range is pretty much useless as well. And also the previous day high is super ugly, okay? So I believe price is gonna be magnetized towards 29,450, and there's a good possibility that we take out the previous day low. If you take a look at the order flow, just take a quick look. A lot of people are talking about this bullish divergence. However, if you take a look at the net longs, here you have a general increase of net longs. So you have a lot of people that have longed over here. Yes, you are forming bullish divergence, but however, it can just turn out to be come up here, take out the high, and then come back for the previous day low. Now, this is how it looks on the order flow. In fact, you are forming this bullish divergence. However, that's my thought process about it. Coming back into trading view, this is the long setup which you should be looking for. Now about the short setups, I believe you should take a look at the, probably taking out that Monday high and coming into that daily. Your stop loss, I believe, should be above this high. Always respect the market structure. And overall, okay, overall you can be targeting much lower. You can be targeting 26 or something like that. Okay, you can be targeting the 26,300, or if you come higher, okay, if you come up for this monthly level, your stop loss generally has to be designed by the specific reaction of this place, because you have this huge gap up here between 31,000 and 30,500. You have this huge gap, so just wait for the reaction, be patient with the entry, and you can be targeting still that low. And then if you actually beat that, you can be just looking for a fair auction above these highs, okay? Then you can be targeting much lower, because as I said, you don't have much support if you lose these lows, so be aware of this. Is there anything else that I want to mention about Bitcoin? Not at the moment, to be honest with you. Not at the moment. I believe these are the best trading setups for Bitcoin. Now, moving into the stock market, let's take a look at SPX. SPX, if you take a look at the impulse view up, which is very key place, if you pull it from here, it is coming into a very key area of support. Now, a lot of people are talking about this parallel channel. I am aware of that. However, it has been respected very nicely. Low, mid, low, mid, low, mid, low, mid. If you just traded this parallel channel, you could have won a lot of trades. Me personally, yesterday I spent a lot of time trading the ES on the 1 minute time frame. Generally I took like 5 or 6 scalps and 2 day trades. The 2 day trades came out pretty perfectly. All has been messaged inside the Discord. Next, about the scalp trades, 4 scalp trades, 3 wins, easy as. Okay, the time I spent was around, I think, 3 hours in the New York session, pretty much in the afternoon. So yes, it was an interesting thing to see. Now, in terms of the high time frame picture, if you take a look, this place is general on the weekly time frame. Okay, so pay attention to the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame here, we do have a weekly level. Okay, we do have a weekly level, and if you zoom in, okay, and if you look into this mini range, these are the values of the mini range. So generally speaking, you have the point of control still being untapped, the value area high held, very nice. You can see on the 4 hour how it looks like. Then if we zoom out a little bit, pretty much if you look at this range, the value area high is holding as support right now, but I prefer to look at the mini range to be more precise. Okay, now another thing which you should be aware of on the ES, if you take a look at a bit of a high time frame picture, if you pull a fib from that high to that low, from that low to that high, and the 382 is coming there as well, so this is gonna be a very key area in my opinion. Generally speaking, is gonna be this place between 44.40 and 44.30. Now generally speaking, if you're gonna be looking for a long setup, I believe this is how the long should be looking for. The general invalidation is gonna be, in my opinion, coming back below this low. Okay, so yes, coming below this low is gonna be the general invalidation, and in my opinion, you can be targeting at the very least this daily up here at 4500, and if you have a bigger bounce, then you can be looking towards this week level. So this is the setup which you should be looking for on the high time frames on SPX. A lot of people are getting bearish right now, even though on the high time frame picture we're still very bullish. If you take a look on the 6 hour time frame, just judging by the market structure, high, low, high, high, low, high, 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 low, high, high. Why this shouldn't be just a high, low, and we continue with the uptrend? Why not? It's a possibility, right? But if you lose this area, it's gonna signify for me a lot of weakness, and if ES is showing a lot of weakness, then we know what happens. In my opinion, if you lose this point of interest, you can be looking at this area of consolidation, e.g. the 41.30 area, something like this. If you take a look at the fixed range over here, yep, 41.40, because you're gonna pretty much accept it into, if you lose this area, you're gonna be accepted into previous range, then most likely you're just gonna continue moving down, because this is gonna be the first time that you're actually coming back into a previous range since the beginning of the year, coming back into a previous range, and generally speaking, it's gonna signify weakness, a lot of weakness for me. Also, at the moment we're forming a lot of divergences. If you take a look at different indicators, we're just forming a lot of divergences, but still I would like to have one more dip lower, one more dip, maybe during the FOMC, and then move up. That's my preferred scenario. Next thing, coming into USDCAD. USDCAD is in a very interesting place, and we're gonna talk about the dollar as well. So let's just take a look at dollar first, shall we? Now about the dollar, we do have this parallel channel over here, so if you connect this low, and generally this high, generally speaking, if you lose the parallel channel low, then you can be looking towards these equal lows and a general sweep of this level. However, general resistances, in my opinion, first one, if you take a look at golden pocket, from this high towards this low, the golden pocket is coming right above these equal highs. Yes, this high got swept here, but it can be swept one more time. However, the weakness for the dollar still, there's no weakness right now. Come back. So if you take a look at this, the weak level here, yes, it did got front run, then moving here, tested that support, move into the daily, tested that support, and pretty much we're just being range bound in this area, and we just have to be patient to see what happens with the dollar. But in my opinion, option number one, coming into these highs, coming back into the daily, this is gonna be the time where I'm gonna be looking for long on Euro USD and shorts for USDCAD. That's option number one. And option number two, just come back below these lows, maybe have a little back test, and then just change of character, or whatever you want to call it. I would like to see a shift in the market structure, because at the moment you're just not showing any weakness, you just continue with the bullishness. So that's my personal opinion about the dollar. Moving into USDCAD, yes, we are forming this a rising wedge, or whatever you want to call it. However, in my opinion, this is just a trapping pattern. In my opinion, a lot of people are looking at this So yeah, you do have this high, you take out the liquidity, so a lot of people are just going like short at the moment. In my opinion, the better trade is gonna be up here at this monthly level. Why? Because we have the deviation pocket over there. I do have the statistics on the deviation pocket, so I'm trusting this. The setup which I am looking for on USDCAD is gonna be generally stops above this high, these equal highs, okay? Yes, I know it's not the smartest decision to have your stop loss at equal highs, but that's the way I'm looking into it. Come into the deviation pocket, come into the monthly, take that short, okay, and then we should be looking towards this area. So generally speaking, I'm gonna take this as a swing trade, not gonna be a day trade, generally a swing trade, and I can be even targeting this weekly over here. So in terms of risk reward upon completion is gonna give us 3.61%. If you take a look at the fixed range at this area, the point of control is coming together with the weekly. So on USDCAD, on the high term time frame, what in my opinion is the best thing which you should be looking for is this. These are your setups for swings on USDCAD. Simple as. I like to take swings, and when I do, I don't miss. That's it. This is my preferred setups on USDCAD. This is my preferred setup on ES, and this is my preferred long setup on Bitcoin. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Let's have a discussion about these things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dedicating your time and energy towards this video. Wishing you the best, and I'll catch you in the Discord.